Square Cow Countdowns. Never fear, devoted viewers, this looks like a job for me, Slash. In the 4th episode of the superhero special, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel to count down the top 10 lamest superheroes. This time the rules are simple, but very important. Only real superheroes are allowed on this list, meaning that they have to have superhuman abilities, but since this list is about lame superheroes, you shouldn't want to see your favorite characters on this list. Since most of these characters are adapted from comic books, the extents of their powers get changed every 5 seconds when their storyline gets rebooted, therefore I will be incorporating as many versions of them as I know into their segments. Finding candidates for this video was really easy, but finding video footage for all of them was not. So, just an advanced warning, to compensate for the lack of video for some segments, I'll be mixing in some random live action and pictures from comic books. Keep in mind that this list is mostly based on my own personal opinion, which will probably be different from your opinions. If you agree with me, great, tell me about it in the comments. And if you don't agree with me, well then tell me about that too. Alright, no point putting this off. Let's just get this over with, shall we? Number 10, Cyclops. Don't get me wrong, I really like Cyclops, but what I don't like is how in a lot of X-Men movies we see the same scene. Scott is sitting in class with sunglasses on, the teacher asks him to take off the glasses and he refuses. We as the viewer know why he's wearing them, but the teacher doesn't. I don't know why the producers at Fox feel like they have to constantly reintroduce the character. When Marvel bought back the rights to Spider-Man and integrated him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they didn't show us his origins again, but apparently the geniuses at Fox think that unless we see this specific scene, we won't know who the guy that's shooting laser beams out of his eyes is. Well, I mean, they also canceled Firefly, but that's a story for another video. Number 9, Green Lantern. I'm willing to let the whole battery-powered ring slide, but the fact that he's one of apparently thousands of others is just incredibly belittling. I mean, in theory, he can do anything using his ring. Whatever he thinks of gets created by that ring. If used properly, nothing could stop him because he could just conjure up whatever he needs instantly. That sounds like such a cool concept. Except that there's as many Green Lanterns as there are Dance Dance Revolution games. Plus, if one Green Lantern dies, another one will replace him, like a burnt-out light bulb. Besides, all you'd have to do to defeat him is attack him with a number 2 pencil. See, cause Modern Age Green Lantern is weak against the color yellow, while the Golden Age Green Lantern was weak against wood. Trust me, what I said was funny. Number 8, the Fantastic Four. I know what you're thinking. Slash, you can't put the Fantastic Four on the list, there's 4 of them. Well, please refer back to the rules and point out to me where I said that I could only focus on single individual heroes. I didn't, therefore your argument is invalid. Now where was I? Alright, the Fantastic Four. In my opinion, they're a team because if they were to try and work alone, they get their asses kicked. None of their powers are outright legitimate enough to be effective when used solo. I think the whole point of them is to enforce the power of friendship and teamwork, which is great for a kid's show, but lame for a team of superheroes. And while we're on the subject of shows, why the hell did they replace the Human Torch with a pussy-ass robot? The robot never fought, yet it was always considered to be the 4th member of the Fantastic Four. Normally I'd put the robot on this list, but it's not a superhero, so I can't. Number 7, Shazam. There's just something about Shazam that bothers me. It starts with a J and rhymes with Bellisy. Yes, I know Bellisy isn't a word. It doesn't have to be. His secret identity is a prepubescent boy named Billy. For some reason, he was chosen by an ancient wizard to become a champion of good and wield powers of 6 archetypical historical figures. I mean, what kid didn't dream of becoming a superhero? The only thing I can't figure out is why that ancient wizard chose a kid instead of an adult. Because even in his superhero form, he still has the mind of a kid. He doesn't get smarter or more strategic. So now, you've got to ask yourself, in a life or death scenario, would you really put your faith in a man-boy who wears his pajamas for a costume? Yeah, me neither. But at least the movie was cool. Number 6, the Silver Surfer. I'm not sure if this guy is actually a superhero. In his cartoon, all he really did was surf around and talk to himself. It was epically boring, considering that the Silver Surfer actually has more abilities than most other Marvel characters combined. He wields the power cosmic, granting him superhuman strength, endurance, senses, energy projectiles, time travel, the ability to absorb and manipulate the universe's ambient energy, and finally, he can survive within nearly any known natural environment, including hyperspace and even black holes. He can also breathe in outer space and sustains himself by converting matter into energy. If I remember correctly, the Surfer became what he is in order to spare his home planet, so now he surfs around to find other planets for his master to destroy instead. What a douchebag! He definitely belongs here. Number 5. Aquaman. He can get trapped in fishing nets, suffocate if he gets caught in one of those plastic things with loops that holds cans. You know, the things your folks always told you to cut up before throwing away. Is there even a word for those? Huh. I'd show you a picture of one, but how can I search for a picture if I don't know what they're called? Anyways, one of Aquaman's overlooked powers would be the ability to get laid with sexy mermaids like Ariel. Wait, that wouldn't work, would it? Well, okay, then how about the fact that his fingers never get wrinkly in water? Sure, in an underwater situation, Aquaman would be a force to be reckoned with, but in any other situation, all he could do is tread water and watch in pathetic jealousy. I mean, he loses power if he stays away from water for too long. Number 4. Color Kid. Color Kid has the power to change the color of anything at will. With abilities like flight, super strength, and teleportation, there's obviously plenty of practical use you can derive from them. Color changing does not fall into that category, leaving Color Kid out in the cold when it comes to composing an effective superhero team. Although one positive thing about him is that he doesn't really have any weaknesses at all, which would be great if he had a power that he could actually fight crime with. Oh well, at least he could make a killing in the fashion industry. Number 3. Matter Eater Lad. While DC Comics has iconic characters like Batman and Superman, they also have Matter Eater Lad. His name is pretty self-explanatory. His superpower, if you can even call it that, revolves around his ability to eat matter. If it exists, he can eat it. But that's it. He can't take on the properties of the things he eats or gain superpowers on a full stomach. All he can do is eat things. But hey, next time you're trapped behind a chain-link fence, or can't finish that last bite of burnt toast, know that there's a character out there who can save you. Number 2. Jubilee. Other than being great fun at parties, Jubilee isn't good for much anything else. All she can really do is make bursts of light come out of her hands. Not harmful light or laser beams, just regular lights. While Jubilee would be the Achilles heel of an epileptic villain, in all other situations her power is completely useless. Need more proof about how lame she is? Okay, her ability is so dumb that the comics have rewritten it twice, including an ill-fated attempt at turning her into a vampire. And even after the hype surrounding her casting in X-Men Apocalypse, we still didn't see her in action as she was backseated in favor of heroes with actually useful powers. Number 1. Arm Fall Off Boy. Where do I even start with this one? With a heroic plorp, his sole power is the amazing ability to remove his arm and use it to bludgeon people. Who came up with this? That's not a superpower. Anyone could do that, if they don't mind going through the rest of their life with only one arm. And I mean, he doesn't even have super strength, so being hit by his severed arm would be no different than being punched by a fist attached to his arm. He's even a loser in his own universe, having been rejected by the Legion of Superheroes after literally falling apart limb by limb during his tryout. When you're not even taken seriously in the fictional universe created by an omnipotent writer, clearly you're doing something wrong. Oh, hello there. Did you like this video? Go ahead and click right here if you want to see all the other ones that I've done that are kind of like this one. And if you really enjoyed this video and you want to watch more of my videos, there's a button right down there that you can go ahead and click. I think they call it the subscribe button these days. Go ahead and click that, and you can even choose to be notified whenever I upload another cool video by email if it pleases you. One last thing before I go. This is a Patreon icon, and I am a member of Patreon, but I have no followers, and this is making me sad. So if you want to fix this, go ahead and follow the link in the description of this video, as well as on my channel page, and consider pledging your support over on Patreon to my channel. It would mean the world to me, and you also get all kinds of cool rewards based on how much you pledge. But I'm not asking, I'm just suggesting it. Okay, gotta go, bye.